I just want to let people know that there are these knockoff Adtopsy shows that are on YouTube. So if you see those, please report them. It's not us. And that would be really appreciated. Thank you.
Rachel, aren't you glad you're not in that?
I am. That's me.
Right here.
I didn't even recognize you.
It's AI.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 9th episode of Adtopsy. This show just keeps getting better and better. It is the only YouTube show on YouTube that really deconstructs and gets into the guts of D2C ads and e-com ads. And you're going to learn a ton on. There's so much tremendous value, and let's get into it. So
oh my God. Whoa! I have whiplash.
Coming in hot. Love it with 2 T's.
We have our usual cast of characters. Myself, Dr. Jess Bachman. As always, Dr. Barry Hott. We also have Dr. Ike is in the house. We have Aaron, assistant to the regional note taker. And we have Rachel Jackson, media buyer. And then lastly, we have a very special guest, the king of AI himself, Chase Moseni. They call you Chasmo, right?
Yes, or Big Mo. One or the other. When I was a kid, they always called me that. Maybe it's because I was the fat kid growing up. But who knows?
We'll go with Chasmo for the show.
Yeah, Chasmo's good too. Chasmo's good.
So Chasmo, can you introduce tell us who about what your deal is?
Yes. So I work at a company called Pencil. If you've been watching any of the last 3 amazing episodes sponsored by us, I work there. I run marketing and growth. And so we're just trying to help people automate creativity and be able to test ads at scale and help them make ugly ads fast. That's kind of that's the whole idea.
Great. And we pride ourselves on doing some of the best sponsored segments in the industry. And Pencil has certainly allowed us to do that the last few episodes. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Love seeing all the stuff you guys are pulling out and all the insights. It's been amazing to see, and a good way for us to think about new ways to pitch people. So thank you. I just send them the podcast now, or the video. That's the sale. That's my new.
You're not allowed to. I don't think you're allowed to do that. You can't use our stuff to sell your stuff. Hey, wait a second.
What the heck?
Are we in advertising? What are you doing, Chasmo? Yeah.
It's all incestuous. Chase is wearing your hat, Barry, and you know it's just all over the place.
My hat.
So to run down the segments that you are going to see on this episode, we have the Adtopsy challenge, where we try and guess which one is the better performer. Chase brought both of those, so we're excited to see what happens there. Then we have a segment. We dived a little bit into, or I talked a little bit about AI-driven UGC last time. Now I went to the end of the rabbit hole, and I generated a whole bunch of AIGC, and then we're going to try and guess which is real GC and which is AIGC. Then we have another patient to dissect, and then we have a rant wheel as well at the end, and it's going to be a great time.
I love you just said there's just a rant wheel, no explanation.
That segment's going to be an hour in and of itself.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just going to share my screen and get started. As you'll see in this episode, we put a lot of effort into each and every episode. We are a small and growing channel, and it really takes no effort on your part to like and subscribe. And as you're going through this, if there's a segment you like or don't like, toss it in the comments, and we'll absolutely get back to you. And of course,
it's time for the Adtopsy challenge. Only true creative doctors will get it right.
It's so loud every time.
Loud. Way too loud.
Okay, so we have 2 ads here. These are actually for the same brand, but different products. And the product does matter, but Chase brought these, and so we're just going to allow it this time. But Chase, are both of these from Pencil, or how do you come across these ones?
Yeah, these were both created in Pencil, exported to the account, and had a couple of grand to spend on each. So okay. I have the CTR, and also I know the CPA, so I can call winners. But I didn't get thumb stop So I have those two that I can
Do
give
we
you.
know the amount of spend? Did one spend more than the other? Because that's what really also matters.
Bottom one spent 20.
No. You might give away the answer. We'll just assume you said a couple K each or something, right?
Yeah, in the ballpark.
Okay.
Just meant
All right.
as a point of that's how we should be measuring winners. We can talk about that another time.
Yep. All right, here's the first one.
This oil cleanser has completely transformed the texture of my skin. What really sets this cleansing oil apart from others is its lipid lock technology, which seals hydrating oils into the skin and doesn't strip it of your skin's natural oils. It's so silky and lightweight, and I love how it emulsifies to really remove impurity.
All righty. And now this other product. Here we go.
Tricky.
Okay.
Tricky.
Now, so we don't do the thing. We won't do it like we did last time where Barry and I voted and then Ike just sort of followed suit. So we're all going to vote.
No matter what I do on this show.
And that was
We're all
pretty
going to vote
egregious.
at the
I
same
watched-
time.
I watched it back. You really just copied us. It was unbelievable.
God.
No. All right, here we go.
No, I'm kidding.
So if we each know which one we're going to choose, I'm going to count to 3, and then we're going to put up a 1 for this first ad or a 2 for the second ad. We all made our decisions. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh,
Okay, so
What's
I'm the
Rachel?
only
Rachel, I
one.
can't see if you have 1 finger or 2. There you go. That was an interesting tactic. I
go.
think she cheated there.
It was.
I
No,
think-
it wasn't a cheat.
I think it was out
This
of frame.
might be a trick. I don't know.
It might be a trick. It might be a
Quick
I
trick.
might have
question.
just got my doctorate.
Quick question. Is the woman a real woman or is she AI generated as well?
She's
The world
real,
may
I'm
never
sure.
know.
So before we have the reveal, I will say that I think a lot of us chose the first one because it's objectively a better ad. But the second one, that product, the like Hannibal Lecter face, is absolutely like thumb stopping.
my
and
100%.
so,
gosh.
That's what I was
It
thinking.
is.
I'm
so
like,
that's
oh
one
my-
reason why I was like, I don't know. It could be.
If it started with her going
Like,
like that immediately, then it would have been lights out 100% ad 2. Like I would
She's
definitely
like,
trim that.
I'm obsessed, Clarice. Yeah. Right. So, Chase, why don't you reveal what the winner is?
Number 2 is the winner because of the Clarice mask. It always
Dr.
wins.
Aaron.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Dr. Aaron.
the regional note taker.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure what Barry's going to do to me right now is I'm going to say 7 things, and he's going to say everything I said is wrong, and all
Yes.
metrics that I go by are wrong. This is our relationship.
Watched
really
this
know Barry,
podcast before.
No, I
I've
just
also been on his.
Barry and I have talked multiple times, and I'm wrong. I've never said one right thing in a conversation. So,
Seems about right.
yeah,
Welcome to friendship with me.
yeah, that's. So this one has a CTR of 3.7. Against the top one has a 2.9. And the CPA is better. That I can't reveal what the difference is. But the spend on the top one is 3,100, and the bottom one, let me just double check, was
If you say a small
3,600.
one, it's close.
No. I looked again.
It's
I was
close.
wrong.
Those
Yeah,
are
it's close. It's close. Again, though, what you said, Jess, at the top, I should have done, which is they're not the same product, so it's not apples to apples. So that is
Right.
that is my bad, and I'm going to call that out before Barry calls me out for it.
No, it's fair. I mean,
That brings up a good point because there's some products that lend themselves to crushing it on social and being natural thumb stops. And when she puts it on her face,
I mean,
I mean,
yeah, there's so much things we could do to fix this, to make it even more thumb stopping. But yeah, that hook always wins.
good note.
Right. So, like, given that that's likely the case, I would get to that quicker because she doesn't even like put it on. Like, this is the shot where it's like, I need to find out what's going on here.
Yeah. I almost said something inappropriate. I'm glad I did.
Oh, you can totally.
Oh,
do
let
that
it
here.
rip. I'm editing this one, so I'll cut it out.
recommend
That's
being
the,
inappropriate.
that's the money shot.
Yeah, it is.
There it is.
Absolutely
All right.
is.
I hope this doesn't actually make the cut.
Nothing
Sorry.
wrong with that.
It's going
Chris?
to.
Yeah.
But aside from the product in that shot, I kind of hate everything else about this
I'm
ad in
good. I'm good with
particular.
that. I like the other one more too. The only thing I like more about this ad than the other ad is the music. The music had a lot more momentum. The other one was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like that's from our like heavily mediocre music library that we have, and then the other one was something that they brought in.
Yep.
Because that music set, the first one's music was lame.
Yeah. I'll say starting with like a ton of text that with motion like behind it, no one's going to get through this.
No.
And get through
No
and
shot.
read it.
No shot.
This one, I think it's. Oh, go ahead, Barry.
I refuse to accept the results of this. This one. I mean,
No,
like we can't.
I believe it.
Like, if the question was which one got a better CTR, that's a different question than which one performed better. We can't like. Come on, we got to set better rules for this, Jess. I'm off the show. That's it.
Gary's just a sore loser.
A little, but don't worry about that part. But
That's true.
I do just want to like. It's hard to compare. How do we decide like which product is more valuable? Like because that's what we're talking.
That's
about
my
here.
fault.
That's my
it's
fault. Okay, Chase.
Yeah, I'll record a Loom video with some more information about this. You can just plug it in later on.
Sure.
I'll make it.
sure
I'll make
we'll
sure I
do
do it in another place so it doesn't line up at all.
Barry, it's not an invaluable discussion because the
No.
brands have to choose what
Right.
products to put in ads, and it's like
100%. Sure, but
So-
it's just if we're doing creative evaluation, then if I knew the price point of one product versus the other, right, then I
Right.
could maybe come up with like, oh, which one's more scalable for the business? Maybe,
Guys,
like that's hard.
These guys have like a LED kind of what is it? Oh God, I can't even remember the guys. Like a rave mask that you can put on. I should have done the ad with that. I should have put that one on. That would have
But even just between these two products, if I was just
Yeah.
choosing which of these two products would I rather make ads for, 100% ad to. I'd much rather be making ads for that every day.
Yeah.
What is ad one? It's an oil. Who cares? There's a billion oils.
Yeah, everyone has a CRM.
Oil doesn't display. It's not interesting to show. You have to
Yeah.
show a physical, normal bottle product. No, it's boring.
Yeah.
Like this is a boring shot. Sorry, but like that's the real problem that we're up against here. But I agree with everything you all said already. Like the first one's objectively a better ad.
So
but the
why
second
is
one
it better? Maybe we should talk about that for from like a beginner's
There's a
perspective.
story. There's an
because-
arc. There's a problem. Actually, I don't know if there's a problem, but there's something to it.
There doesn't say a problem. There's not a problem, but there is something. There is essentially there's forward motion. There's
content.
Momentum towards the end. Yeah, it's content. The other one is just a scene with a quote, and the quote is too long.
And I'm just going to play this with sound one more time because I really like her read and her VO, and it's not the flat disaffected. It's not like coming straight out of Billow. She does a good job with it, and I think that
Straight out of Billow
that
is
matters.
a T-shirt I want.
Oh, I love it.
This oil cleanser has completely transformed the texture of my skin. What really sets this cleansing oil apart from others is its lipid lock technology, which seals hydrating oils into the skin and doesn't strip it of your skin's natural oils.
Like when she's like lipid lock, she just delivers that line really good. And
So Hack from the COO of this company, he used to be a Hollywood producer, so he actually hires people from backstage. So they're proper actors.
Yep.
They do a really, really good job. Also,
That's what we do.
A lot of
yeah.
people.
Big one.
Because I come from the theater world, and I was like, why are we not hiring actors?
Yeah.
So another one. I'm boys with
Did I give away trade secrets? Am I not supposed to say that?
No, that's a normal thing.
I'm boys with the CEO of Billo. What should I tell him to do better for his talent? Because straight out of Billo, that hurts. Like, do we need to give them some sort of like thing in their briefs to
They
help
should
them do
sponsor
better with
this
their
if they
VO?
want us to say nice things. They should
they need
sponsor
to.
this.
They need us to send us money first, and then we'll give them critiques.
No,
I don't know. I really want Barry to wear his "Make Ugly Ads" hat with a "Straight Out of Billo" T-shirt.
Yeah.
I think Billow's problem is just it's just like a supply and demand. Too much going on too quickly. Not enough quality control.
And there's
Yeah.
no incentives. There's no incentive for anyone
Yeah.
to do a good job there, or no
Yeah.
reason or motivation. They just need to
Okay.
make it and get it done as quick as possible. That's I think, Jess, I think you've said something like that, and I've seen that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Talk to
There's
him
also
next week, so I'll let him know.
there can also be like a sort of
Tell 'em to watch.
self-reinforcing where if like Billow all looks the same, they're all gonna like start copying each
Right.
other, and if that's not good, it's just gonna, it's turtles all the way down from there. So
100%.
Turtles? What's that mean?
By the way, this does look like a
Um,
whoopee cushion. I was very sure this was just a whoopee cushion with cut holes into it.
No, it's like you freeze it and it helps with the puffing on your face.
It's a frozen whoopee cushion. Got it. Okay.
so it's also worth like if you're in product development, I would consider it might be worth exploring how you can make your products kind of ridiculous for social.
Yeah.
That's such a good point, and I think that a lot of
weird stuff.
Yeah.
I'm telling
definitely.
you, Barry.
Yeah,
That's
make
it.
weird stuff. Make ugly ads.
No,
make weird
there's stuff that gets the most click through and gets the most interest are this, and then they have that. I was thinking of Daft Punk. It's like a Daft Punk LED mask, and you just see it, and you're like, "What the actual fuck is that?"
Mhm.
It's like $3,000, and they're like, it gets people in, and then they see the stuff that's cheaper, and they buy the stuff that's cheaper, and then every
Yeah.
once in a while we get like 3 of these a month, and it's like, oh god, it's amazing. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, they definitely do a good job of that.
Have you guys tested a longer version of that face mask one?
Yeah, like 15 and 20 seconds, but not like a.
But like
30,
the
40.
same style, or like more of a narrative one?
A little more of a narrative. So I mean, you've seen some of the stuff Pencil does. It'll take UGC and then throw a regular, a regular piece of content in there, or video without VO. So we had some stuff that's broken apart like that, but we've done it without the quote many times, and they do well as well. That one I think because of the mask does well. The quote I think is a little over the top, and doesn't help.
Okay, so moving on to our first sponsor, Triple Whale. They just released they release products specifically so we can talk about it on the show. That's basically what it feels like. They have this whole Fin Hub thing. It's actually insane, and go check it out. I'm not going to get into that, but I do have a little bit of a Triple Whale story for you guys. Basically, how I've come to have these $600 an hour consulting calls where I only talk about Triple Whale. So has anyone heard of this company called Alpha Insights?
Mm-hmm.
So they're a company where like VCs or investors go to them if they want to know about a segment, and then they find experts and they match them together. So they reached out to me about like something attribution, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. It was $100 an hour. I did it. I booked an hour. I did the call was only half an hour, and I got paid like $56. And I was like, this is dumb. This is not worth my time at all. But had a good call. They came back to me and they're like, can we do it again? And I was like, it's not worth my time. And they were like, all right, what about $300 an hour? And I was like, okay, fine. I'll do that. So I did a couple of those. Again, they only lasted at half an hour, but I was still booking an hour long. And so when they came back to me again, I was like, I can't book an hour and only do a half hour call. It's a waste of my time as well. And they're like, all right, we'll pay you for the hour, even if it's only half an hour. So now I'm doing these half hour calls that are $300 an hour. And I have the exact same conversation about Triple Whale, like the exact same bullet points about Triple Whale and the space with the same people or with different people every single time. So I have become like this paid spokesperson for Triple Whale, and like I explore the space, and I come up with all these killer insights that they all love each time, and it's great. I love it.
Nice.
Stops getting booked the day after this drops.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
Never talk
Bragging.
about this.
Jeez.
And also, you put that on your calendar because you're supposed to be making ads.
Legitimately, I get this all the time. Just and I set my rate like ridiculously high because they would do the half an hour thing.
Yeah.
Still get booked. So I'm gonna do what you do though, and now the rate is really high. People pay it. So I'm gonna be like, it's the hour or not.
Jess makes this much.
Yeah. Yeah.
A bunch of people are gonna go to Triple Whale and be like, Jess makes this much.
Okay, so here we have a crazy segment. We are all familiar with Oop soap for humans. I don't need.
The world-renowned product of Oop soap for humans.
Yep. I'm not going to play it, but we created this brand from scratch from AI, ran it through Pencil, created ads, and so I wanted to. And we talked a little bit how AI is coming for static UGC. And so I wanted to explore where the actual limits of that is, and where we're at right now. Before we get into that, I just want to let people know that there are these knockoff Adtopsy shows that are on YouTube. So if you see those, please report them. It's not us, and that would be really appreciated. Thank you.
Rachel, aren't you glad you're not in that?
I
No,
am. That's me.
Right here.
I didn't even recognize you.
It's AI. It's not me.
I don't even understand how this is a thing. How are these made?
So these were made because DALL-E 2, which is a thing where you can type in a prompt and it generates whatever it thinks it is. They used to have a feature where you could upload people's faces and images and generate prompts based off that. They quickly took it down because it was heavily abused and they needed to work on their algorithm. And now they've recently put it back up. So abuse is back on the menu here. And so
they might need to keep working on the algorithm.
Yeah, I would say.
Am I
I
the
don't know.
one
My
in
hair's looking
Am I the
pretty
one on
much
the
like
top left? Am I supposed to be the one in the top left? Is that me?
No, you're the middle.
Oh my
you're
God.
in the middle.
You're right in the middle.
You're in the
I'm the top
middle.
left
You're
one.
front and center, top middle.
Pretty sure I'm the top left. Is me.
I don't know. Top right's pretty handsome. I'm not gonna lie. He's a good-looking guy.
Top left is me without my hat on. You didn't know?
So this ability to upload images now unlocks what I'm calling AI generated content. And I'm going to walk through the process of how I make some of this, and then we're going to see if we can guess which is AI and which is UGC. So the first thing you do is you find some UGC. This is from a brand, JavaSock. Here's the product. Here's this gal. You put it on a cup or whatever, and then you upload that to DALL-E, and then you take the person out entirely, except for maybe her arm and the product. And now you put in a prompt. So one of our big core demos is nurses. So I was like, we should put a nurse in here. That'd be great. So you put in the prompt that fills in just this section. So a nurse sitting at a table smiling with her drink.
Oh no.
And here we
What?
go.
Wow, that's
Really good.
impressive.
Wow.
She only has.
Okay.
She's missing some fingers, but on the right,
Right.
there.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
It's always the hand. It's always
It's always the hand.
But it generates versions. Like here's another
Wow.
nurse.
Wow.
Again, the hand. That's really weird that it does that.
It's only
Right.
got 4 fingers.
So
That's
then
how you know.
so I was wicked impressed, and it's not perfect for sure, but for me to Photoshop this might take an hour at least.
Yeah.
Even if I could even find the actual pose or
Seems
whatever.
like it's getting the lighting right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
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 That's impressive. Yeah.
Can you show the original again? I just want to see where the light source was on her face. Yeah, not too far off. Okay,
The-
that's interesting.
yeah.
Wow.
They actually did a better job of lighting her than the photo.
Yeah, it really did.
Kind of
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the
Really?
face they do a better job than the OG.
So there are some things like the hand where you can then go into it and just regenerate that part of the hand or whatever. And so I did do that, but I accidentally left the prompt in there, like with her drinks. Trying to like put like a tiny little drink in her hand.
I thought I was going to put a little nurse in there.
Double fisting, love it.
I thought she was going to be holding another little nurse.
Another nurse, and then another nurse.
It's just a cortado that she's having with her sparkling water.
without the product on it.
Right.
Pretty funny.
Exactly.
That is really amazing, though. That is crazy.
Yep. And so I was like, what if I put a clipboard in her hand and it's like, it's not great, but like any tool, you got to learn how to use it and know which UGC works better. Like this, I would, this is kind of hard area for it to get the perspective and other stuff right. So I might even, if I was going to go into hardcore making AIGC, I'd pose people in a way that the AI understands.
Really interesting, though.
Just to call out, Jess, you said that about using the tools right. I think this is a misconception about AI in general, is that it's going to solve all your problems. You have to know what it can and can't do. That's obviously the company's jobs to educate brands and companies that are using it, but it's not going to solve all your problems. It just accelerates your ability to solve the problems. So,
So true.
All right, so I've generated 6 different either UGC or AIGC, and we're going to have to guess which is which. This might be the easiest challenge ever, but
look at the fingers.
we're seeing.
If I don't win, I might have to hang up. You called me the king of AI. I gotta live up.
Here's the first one.
AI.
What do people think?
AI.
Yeah.
No, this isn't fair because I know the entire library.
Yeah, we know it. I know.
So we think this is AI. Why do we think it's AI?
That thumb looks weird. It's got weird.
The other
skin on
fingers. The other fingers look.
I'm gonna tell Kat you said that.
So the answer is yes, it is AIGC. Here's the original image. I took the background out and put it in front of like a coffee shop type thing.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, good.
It's pretty good.
It is.
That's impressive.
I mean,
Oh, you
I
know
would
what would be cool?
just do that in 10 different things. Like run it.
Yeah, right.
What would be really cool, we always struggle with this, is that we need the cup to be fully filled and filled usually with coffee. And it's kind of a bummer that it's just water right here. That would be cool if it could do that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Blue drink, red drink.
I like what Barry said. You could do this for like 10 different locations, and then you have part of an ad right there. Like you can bring this product anywhere.
Yeah.
You can use all
and
different types of morgues if you wanted.
Morgues.
If you had that background. If you had a background of a morgue,
Perfect.
just saying.
Pumpkin spice latte at a morgue. Love it.
So the prompt wasn't just like at a coffee shop. It was like at a coffee shop, blurry with a depth of field in there. So you can do stylistic things to change that as well.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So here's another one.
I don't think
What do we
Rachel and
think?
I can. I don't think we can say anything. Let's let Ike do it.
I'm gonna say it's
Barry
fake.
Ike Chase.
I'm gonna say it's fake because she's real close to that giraffe in the background there.
There's no barricade there. I mean, it could be elevated over the fence, but
We're getting content from people on Safari apparently.
Oh, this could just be a
Clearly
wildlife park.
What?
You know?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's fake, but
I'm pulling up the ad library right now.
Okay, so this is also AI GC. Here's the original. This was a giraffe print,
Sweet.
and it's like we're not going to go on a safari to get some UGC for something. So I was like,
wait, Jess, she was at the zoo.
The zoo.
You can go to a zoo.
okay, well, there's no giraffes in here.
That's a great
Well,
shot,
not
though.
shot. There was in the other shot.
So the prompt was like the background is at a giraffe sanctuary.
Such
you
a
said a
specific-
giraffe sanctuary?
At a giraffe sanctuary, blurry depth of field. Here's another version of that.
It's interesting what it does
That's
to
better.
the cup. Because so this is
Yeah,
actually this
added
is super that's super interesting because the cup is actually really important for this product. It's like, you want to have the right size and for the right type of person, if you're a Dunkin' person versus a Starbucks person. And if that's not readily apparent, if it's a little confusing, that could be weird in the ad, maybe.
Yeah,
Right.
did you say for it to do anything to the lid? Because I see that the lid is
No, because
interesting.
when I was masking it out, I masked out the top of this lid, and then it apparently thought it was like Starbucks or something, and added a whole straw too.
I mean, it looks pretty good.
Interesting straw though.
Right.
Yeah, so it's almost like a soda straw or something.
Yeah.
Challenge number 3.
Real.
Yeah. That spider web looks real fake though on the top right.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's an edited picture, right? I mean,
This could be
I could've-
human edited.
I could tell it to apply a filter. I could absolutely put like a apply Instagram filter in the prompt, and it would do something like this.
this is a tough one because
I'm just scared right now for my life. This is a very scary, spooky image. It's very spooky.
I think it's a real. I think this is user generated.
Yeah.
Chase Berry.
Sure.
I said it was user first, so I wasn't influenced by Ike.
Okay.
I'm not
The
a
answer is
And it's okay if you are.
Yep. It is UGC.
Chasmo.
100%.
Chasmo.
And this
Oh,
actually
3 for 3.
performing so well. We've been doing a series of like just static in the top of the funnel because, we're trying to figure out CPM price versus click-through rate, yada, yada. And even with the filter, it's really appealing to a certain type of person. And this one's working very well.
Spooky.
What kind of person?
All right.
A spooky
Well,
person.
we've got
Go
kind of a
ghosts.
witchy demographic.
I like that. That's cool.
Okay. Challenge number
David S.
4.
Pumpkins is the audience for that.
It's him.
I can't answer.
Challenge
This one.
number 4.
You can't answer that
I
one.
can't answer this one.
Barry and
Yeah,
Chase.
Barry,
I'm
Chase.
pretty sure this is real. Pretty darn sure this has to be real. I'll stick with it.
Just to be contrarian, I'm gonna go AI.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Ike, are you blown away, Ike?
I am blown away. Honestly. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is AIGC.
Nice.
This was a photo with Ike's girlfriend here.
Yes.
And I was like,
And her mom.
not her. Yeah, and her mom, not her, somebody else.
Cool. That's awesome.
But
The
it, like,
eyes
put-
look a
it
little
put
wonky. The eyes look a little
clo-
wonky there.
Yeah, the
But
finger
I
on the
mean, if
bottom.
that's crazy. It changed everything. Just the whole. I mean, maybe her hand is the same, but
Yep. So the hand was the same. I think I left the knee in there a little bit, but like
How the
That's
knee,
on the
lot.
face.
the knee would have given it away. Good thing you switched it. You left it in there.
That is so interesting. If you have one person that looks really real, like Marge,
Yeah.
the woman on the right, she looks real. You almost kind of forget about the second person. That could be helpful too. Like that's another way to use the tool.
That's what tripped up Barry. I
I
think.
only looked at the person that you've shown in. I
Mhm.
think you've shown Marge before. I think.
Yeah.
So I
Marge,
only looked at her.
she's
Really.
top performer Marge. She's a hit with all the ads.
Barry, I just want you to remember, I won this one.
Doctor
Right.
Chasmo.
Wait, was it? Am I the only one? I didn't. He's frozen for me.
Yes, you're the only one, Barry. But this one,
Wait, no.
this
wait,
one,
wait. Seriously, I did not hear what Chase just said.
You lose, I win. That's what I said.
Now I hear him.
But the prompt was like I put in like a woman with glasses.
Yeah.
That was it. And you could like put in a woman of color if you like wanted to get diversity in existing shoots or something. It's pretty crazy here. Challenge number.
Can you send
Number
me that?
5.
I gotta show that to Gabby, by the way. Send
Yes, I will.
Oh.
Oh man,
I can't comment. I know this one.
I feel like the face looks weird, so I'm gonna say
I'm gonna go
AI.
AI because
is
the
AI?
weights.
Yeah, the
We're in
weights
a
are
gym,
totally
right?
borked.
The weights are.
Hmm
Totally
are-
borked.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
She's got
The
a weird
windows
leg.
messed up. The whole
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Legs
the whole workout equipment's not.
sure-
real.
I'm curious to see the original though, because it seems like there's a lot to be changed here. So
I think she's just setting up the workout room. That's what this picture is. It looks like stuff is still.
Yes.
Yeah.
and the
I think
weights
it's
are
building
made out
it.
of the weights are liquid weights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in virtual reality is where she's doing. it.
Holding- She's like holding the cup onto her head. She's just like, I'm gonna put this.
It's part of her
Okay,
face.
so this one also is AIGC. Here's the original.
Wow.
Oh wow! All right.
So I saw this and I thought the top portion was like, this could be a gym photo.
Mhm.
And so I cut out basically, her upper half, and I would put in like, at a gym, taking a selfie in front of a mirror or something. And that's what it did.
The lighting is impressive.
It is.
That's what I was going
Like
to say
on
too.
the
I thought the lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On her legs, on the fake legs, it really
Yeah.
hits that window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Mhm. Do you think that this could be similar to how advertisers put misspelled words in ads? Do you think this could be like engagement bait?
Yes, I've been thinking about that a lot. Like just doing this in general instead of
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I think so. Like this is a classic. Yeah, like make weird ads move
Right.
to
Yeah.
credit Chase.
Yeah.
Like
Next.
you can make
Next.
weird stuff that intentionally gets people's attention, and because it's just
Yeah,
people
for
feel
sure.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She
I mean,
seems
people
to
would
be
ask,
bad.
where is she working out? Like, it doesn't look that like what
Mhm.
what place is she in? A dungeon? That's a weird,
Right.
weird gym.
I could have like fixed like, this is just the first iteration. I could have fixed this and done a lot of different
Yeah.
stuff.
Ooh.
So I think the point is that like these are kind of obvious, but
Yeah.
man, we're getting close, and
Yeah.
I'm just hacking at this tool.
And I
You
am
should have
gonna
said
lose
working
my
out at
job.
Equinox. Yeah.
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 Okay, so here's the last one.
What's happening?
That's fake for sure because there's a straw in her nose.
Yeah. I feel like
She's
it's,
got, like, one eye.
that's a great haircut. Is that her original haircut?
I like
So-
it's on her nose. That's intriguing me.
Haircut
so
looks
this
like
was-
she's an AI. The movie.
What part of this is even
Yeah.
an ad? What is this even? I
Yeah,
didn't even see the
right?
product.
Where's
Right,
the Java
so-
sock?
Did
Where's
it
the product?
remove the Java sock?
No, so this one is clearly AIGC. But what I tried to do was make one. I tried to find a prompt that would create something that looked like a Java sock, and I couldn't. And I was like, iced tea in a koozie, iced tea wrapped in rubber, wrapped in. I did a million different things, and nothing.
Wrapped in rubber.
That's it.
That's it.
TM.
But if it did know what a Java sock was, this absolutely opens up what can be done if I just make prompts all day. The prompt on this one is little Michaela drinking an iced coffee. walking around
Oh,
in
little
Brooklyn.
Michaela.
She's a rapper, Lil Michaela.
Lil. I don't think she's much of anything. She just is fake.
My wife's friend's husband created Little Michaela.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
he is the brain. Yeah, he created her.
For those who don't know, little Michaela is a IG influencer and not real.
Wow.
But it has
Wasn't there
3
a
million
Little Michaela
followers.
before? Wasn't there a Little Michaela before that was like YouTube or something famous for being ridiculous? Or am I misremembering?
Ooh, you might be right though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of Korean fake pop stars. But I thought it was crazy that it knew
Yeah,
the vibe of little Michaela.
Yeah, it did.
that is
Yeah.
cool.
I think,
It's
by
like
the
same
way,
haircut.
what you just said about product, I think is going to be really interesting, probably on their roadmap to allow you to integrate with your store eventually so that you can pull it in and it can just like propagate it automatically. I think that will definitely be something that they do just because of like the use cases
Right.
for e-commerce.
Yeah, if I could feed in the JavaSock Instagram account as training for
Right.
the AI, it would spit it out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So well done, everyone. Everyone got everything right except for Barry, which is fine. But I think the point is that it's be on the lookout for this type of stuff. We are very close to fooling most people and it's getting crazy.
Really interesting.
I was watching an interview with one of the like founders or creators of Dolly or whatever, and he said like just casually was just like, yeah, we're like 3-something months away from photorealism, like something ridiculously soon.
Whoa.
And he was like already like, oh yeah, we're working on video and whatever now, but he was like, yeah, we're a few months away from photorealism. I was just like, oh, what? So coming this holiday season.
Yep. So, Chase, you're obviously the sponsor of this. I wanted to give you a few minutes to talk about pencil yourself and maybe like share your screen.
Yeah.
You really missed an opportunity to have
look.
that as a pencil drawing. That should have been a pencil drawing.
Yeah. I think I'm going to switch my my profile picture to that. That's better than what it is now. All right. Well, thanks, Dr. Jess. Yeah, I'm gonna just share my screen and we can talk about it a little bit. You guys just ask me questions as we go.
Sure.
I think we're talking about AI. I said it beforehand. I really look at it as an accelerant to be able to do things faster and in a more, I don't want to say data-driven way, because you guys specifically are all incredibly data-driven, but essentially letting data make some decisioning for you while it's going along so that you don't have to, because it's a bigger, faster brain than we all have. So I'm in that same workspace of the account that or of the brand that we were looking at. So I have quite a bit of ads here, but essentially the system will write some headline text for you. So if you want something, it will give you different iterations off of that. And as you're seeing in here, it's going to give you some predictions around what a winner and a loser looks like, or if something is new, like there's not enough data to actually call a winner or a loser based on your metrics. And I think one of the really cool things about this, and I'm sorry, I'm going into like feature speak big time, but the system has about a 77% chance of predicting a winner and a 97% chance of predicting a loser based on the metric you're looking at. So if it says
that's so specific.
Because I look at it every day. I go look at the retraining of the data every day. It's like a weird tick. I'm obsessed with it. Mainly because I'm waiting for Barry to just say something that I have to kind of throw. Like, look, I got $800 million of data, bro. But essentially, if it predicts a winner, 4 out of 5 chance. If it predicts a loser, definitely don't run it if like the objective is like, for instance, has CPA on it.
Yep.
And I think the big one here you were talking about, Jess, is we had a feature for a long time that was requested and we didn't do it, which is statics. And we find that a lot of the statics that are created by Pencil perform incredibly well for people. And so they're able to just come and iterate really quickly. And then, video is always going to be just a tad more finicky based on how you feel about stuff. And people are they're more objective about static creative. Like they're just like, oh, just ship it out the door. There's not kind of that patina of, oh, I don't like that. Which happens. You guys deal with this daily basis. I don't like that. But it's going to perform. I have a funny story, not this account, but another one. Recently, we were looking at stuff like, well, I don't like that ad. I'm like, but it has performed 70% better on every metric for a month with $500,000 of spend. So I don't really know what you don't like. Do you not like money? Like, yeah, we're not going to run it anymore. I'm like, all right. I mean, you dig your own grave, friend. But anyway, what else can I show you in this workspace? I mean, obviously, there's a bunch of editing functionality. So an AI will turn something out, but then you have a full suite of editing. It's obviously not going to be as in-depth as when you're using one of the tools that you use, but you're able to do logo swaps, asset swaps. You're able to you're able to change kind of everything that you want to change. And so you have essentially everything you want available to you.
I'm a premier Photoshop guy since I was like 13 years old.
Yeah.
But one thing I can appreciate about what you have is that it's quick. And sometimes, especially when you're working with iterations, like you don't have, it's just speed is time is money. And so getting those out and testing them and not just speed for speed's sake, but speed for not being overly precious about something. Because if I'm in Photoshop and I can edit every little thing, I might do that and then an hour's gone by,
Yeah, it's been definite trade-offs for us. We had an editor that did all of those things, and you would watch the sessions and people would be in the editor for 6 hours. just going. You're like, dude, you shouldn't be using this tool if that's what you're using it for. It is literally,
Right.
it is just a momentum builder. It's not something you go and you want to do that. Like you said, use the other suite of like stuff that's just better than Pencil at doing that, you know?
Yeah, this was great. So where can pencil.ai, where can people find this thing?
It's trypencil.com. And you can reach out to us through there, or you can hit me on Twitter, and I'll send you a Loom video if you want. That's people like that more, actually.
And what if I was
Great.
lazy? What if I didn't want to do any of this? Do you offer any?
It's so lovely that you mention it, Barry. So we obviously have plans where we have a creative team that has built essentially all of the templating system that's on the background. And you can also pay for them to make ads for you on a regular basis, on a weekly cadence. And it's based on your data, your assets. Essentially, all they're doing is doing the sprucing. And so I will never tell you, just like we looked at all these AI assets that Jess created, and AI will never do something perfectly for you, but it will get you to 90% faster than you could. It'll finish an ad in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just based on your internet speed. So if you want someone to do the sprucing and get it ready to run, you can use that plan as well. And most people go to that, to be honest with you.
And use code Barry10 for 10% off, right?
Set that up. Just set that up. Set that up.
Yeah. We'll talk.
All right, if I can share my screen again.
Rachel, you and I need to use that next week when Jess is on vacation.
Oh my God, right?
They can write coffee for us.
How are we on time? Does anyone have hard stops in 3 minutes?
Oh.
Okay, so
I do, but it's with Chase.
We're good.
That's funny.
I'm going to go a little out of order.
Can we push a few minutes?
Yeah, good.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go a little out of order and do the Rant Wheel next here. Brand new segment.
Is there a jingle?
There better be. Oh my!
It didn't show up for a second.
This is where all the money's going.
This is where our sponsorships are going.
Here we go.
I paid for it.
It's the Rant Wheel on Adtopsy. Spin the wheel, give a shout. 60 seconds before the time runs out.
Is that an AI jingle? That's the question.
Yeah,
it might be.
Or that guy writing that music is a robot because it's the same song.
It's good. It's consistent.
So here's how the Rant Wheel works. I have an actual wheel to spin. We have a bunch of different rants submitted by ourselves and 2 people on Twitter. Ike has EDM and ads. Rachel has screenshot culture. I have something called native purists. Barry's got bad Slack etiquette. Chase has bad customer research. Jay Bertho on Twitter has copying ads for brands with no context. And Jordan Bernard on Twitter has in DDC when opinions are presented as fact. So I'm going to spin.
Where's Aaron's?
I'm not a human being, so I don't get to be on the wheel.
You're too late.
Right.
You're too late.
That's my rant. My rant is I get cut out of Adtopsy, so I'm not allowed to be on the wheel.
Yet our guest from last week got a slot here.
Yep.
She was the only one to get the thing right today, too.
So I'm going to spin the wheel. This is not fixed. Ike asked if it could be fixed. It is not fixed. Sorry, Ike. I don't know who's going to get it, but whoever gets it has 1 minute to do a rant. And if it's one of the Twitter people, then one of us has to volunteer to rant with as much passion as we can muster on that topic.
I hope it's Barry.
Here we go.
I'll rant about any of these things.
Yeah, just let Barry do the whole rant wheel.
Copying ads from brands with no context from Jay Bertho on Twitter. Anyone want to volunteer to take this?
What does that mean?
I think it means like going in the ads library and copying something without knowing what position where it's in the funnel, or
take it away, Jess.
I hate
All right.
this also.
Okay, so let me see. 1 minute timer.
I'm stressed out.
It's going to get pulled from YouTube.
I thought there was like a Google version of this.
It should say Seta 1 minute. Maybe. Oh, I don't know if it'll do that in Google.
We make a good show.
Yeah, that's
do you
great.
want
Tight.
me to just do it on the side?
Hey.
So let's
Okay,
just
so-
put in post.
So this really grinds my gears, you guys. I kind of hate this because one of the things, like, when we work with new clients, we do this sort of in-depth strategy phase where we know all about the brand and we learn all this types of stuff, and we create very specific pitches going after very specific audiences, and they're designed to work a certain way, and sometimes they're down in the funnel, and sometimes there's a specific customer journey that we know about, and we need to get people in that journey in the right place. And if you are going to the ads library and are just looking at what we're doing, you're gonna copy ads that are for our customers, and using research to an extent, and not 100%, but absolutely you are not going to be able to do. That's just not a way to do effective work copying things without knowing what the context are. And that's what I have to say about it.
It really grinds your gears.
Yeah, that was a lot of filler.
Guys, I don't think he actually cares about that. That's what I got out of that one.
I didn't feel the passion in that one.
You did bring up a point, though. We carefully curate, pitches and hooks to certain audiences, and to just like go in and like copy an ad without knowing the background of it.
That's got to be
not gonna
the
lead to
banner
a
on the
successful
website
ad.
now. Yeah,
that 1 minute rant.
Yeah. a little rant right there. We're here for you. We curate.
It really grinds my gears.
I was trying to give Jay Bertho my best effort, but I think it matters most in funnel positions because we do ads that are down funnel, and very specific features, benefits. And if you take that and run it as a top of funnel, it's not gonna do what it needs to do.
I think counter rant. There's a lot of people who don't know what they're doing, and they're just looking and trying to right size their stuff when they're running at 2-3K a month, and they're saying, "Well, I like this brand. Let me just go copy them." Not that that's right, but they don't have the they don't have the resources to work with you. They do have the probably resources to work with me. So come over and hang out. But I do think that's a real thing. People go and try to just engineer ads through Ads Manager, through brands that they like. I think that it is missing a huge amount of context, but I've seen a lot of brands do that.
There's some good things about it, but obviously you can't know what they're going after or what their actual goal is. The big mistake is that I see this every day, is that people assume that other brands have the same goals and the same means, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, you can't copy what Ritual is doing. You can't copy what all these other brands are doing, because they probably also have millions of dollars to spend on extremely inefficient stuff for the sake of
they're running it
branding
as a
or
video
whatever.
views campaign
Or whatever, right?
Exactly.
So you just don't know. But what you're gonna often wind up doing is just copy the thing that is prettiest or looks, just is most marketing minded, best appealing to you because you're a marketer.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are all just giving into my rant, which is do more research. There's a better way to do it and dig in. For instance, if a company has a lot of money.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We're not doing the rant wheel a second time.
No.
We're doing a single rant wheel. That was it.
Put it out there. You guys are doing it. You've given a minute to do better research
Just to
right
be
there
clear,
already.
You paid for a jingle and we did one rant.
Barry, I paid for a jingle. Okay.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, Chase gets whatever
I
he
should
wants.
be able to rant. I mean, what the fuck?
Okay, we can do multiple rants next week if people like the rant wheel. So if you're watching this and you want more rants, comment below, and then you can validate.
Spent so much time setting it up.
MVP of every segment for sure. So here's an ad. We'll do a dissection on. This is submitted from someone in the Triple Whale Slack community.
Cool.
Let's just take a look at what's going on here.
Why have celebrities, athletes, and men across the globe awarded Mansion thousands of 5-star reviews? Mansion offers 18-karat gold bonded, 925 sterling silver, and solid 14-karat gold chains, all of which are 100% waterproof, handcrafted in Italy, and won't turn your neck green.
Why are you laughing?
And won't
That
turn your
last
neck
line.
green. It's like, dude,
I
if it's
think
gold, I believe you. Like, you're saying it's gold and sterling silver.
Now I
Well,
don't believe you.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to hear what Barry has to say about
I
this.
don't want to talk about this.
Listen,
Please don't make me talk about this. ad.
Boiling over there.
Hold on. I know exactly what he wants to say. I hate it. Just
I hate it.
I hate
It's
it.
true. Yeah, I do. That's all I feel for this. I mean, like, look, the baseline for me, this is not my this is not my wheelhouse. Nothing about this is my wheelhouse. I don't like jewelry.
you're not the audience.
No, I'm both not the audience, but also like not even like I'm not the right marketer for this. I mean, like
Mhm.
I'm just not. I'll admit that, but I can't even think of it. Like there's no. It's like trying to solve a problem. What? Why? Like I love problem solution, but like this jewelry. What are we doing? Making problems up here? Like
No, there is, Drew. This is a thing, Barry. You might not realize that there is like a lot of fake gold plated, and it
I
does
understand.
stain.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
It is
So
also-
that's a clear problem.
No,
It's also
it's
a
not.
it's a
Just buy real
trend on-
jewelry.
It's a trend online, like people testing jewelry and finding out that it's fake.
That's true too.
So
But just
I
buy
think-
real jewelry from real jewelers. That's what this should be saying, not like
This
this is
so I think you need to understand this audience. These people cannot afford real jewelry, and that's why they have the line which we laughed about, where it won't turn your neck green, because they've absolutely tried a knockoff or whatever, and this is just like one step up. This is not,
Yeah.
Okay.
they don't also have like a Birkin bag or whatever or whatever.
I mean,
so
those people just need to do triple whale advising sessions for $600 an hour. They can
sick of fake jewelry. Like is that really a problem?
It is for. So I'm gonna date myself. Right? It is for the kids. Like sub 25-year-old dudes want to wear jewelry, and like they all wear it out. So like I wear a necklace, but I would never wear it out. All my cousins who are young have every single one of their chains out, and they buy this kind of stuff. And so they're trying to find an efficient costing solution for this.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I fundamentally understand that. I absolutely had a gold chain when I was 14 or whatever. I think whatever, but like, or a metal one too. But like, I just don't think that people are sick of fake jewelry as a problem. And if they are, like, well, why would I want that as a problem to present to me here in this ad in this way?
I think this way is the key here, though, right? There seems to be, it's out of alignment with like the audience that they're trying to attach to. Like it's like a $1 million production. It's like beautifully shot. Where I don't know if that audience is going to relate as much as if it were someone talking on the phone.
I think you do. I think this audience needs to see Lamborghinis and not an 89 Civic or whatever.
Well, that's, I think, what I'm saying. I'd rather show that than show the plastic jewelry. Like, I'm trying to say, and I usually love showing a problem and talking about a problem right up front. But in this, what it's making me feel like is it's aligning this jewelry with the cheap problem. That's where I'm getting aligned there.
Yeah.
And I think that's sorry, I didn't say that maybe well. That's where I'm having a problem with this in my head, is like, this is just making me feel like this jewelry too is cheap, but just solved that problem.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I agree with you, Barry.
Yeah.
We did a review of an ad a while ago where it had a similar issue where it was like, not this, but this, but they didn't put that distinction, was not clear enough. I'll say that this ad is the top performing ad in the account. I disagreed
with that one, Jess, but whatever.
Does it make a difference if this ad is the top performing one in the account? Does that change anyone's viewpoint on it? It is. Yep.
Awesome. That's
I guess the question is, if we made a better version, would it outperform it? Like maybe this is just what they got, you know? I also think the actor is pretty atrocious. So that also bugged me a bit. He was very robotic.
He's really
Like, there could have been-
strong.
I'll say
I
the
meant
same
this
way that
dude.
the same way I'm bothered by the first line and the first frame and the first, like, the obviously fake chain, plastic chain. Like, I dislike it so much, and it makes me so uncomfortable that I would stick around and watch. So that is something, you know. I'd want to know what the heck are they doing here as a consumer, you know. So I could see that working. To what Ike said, I think, like, he wants to see it, you know, like this is like $1 million production, you know, type look, right? But I think that is fundamentally what kind of is weird. Like, why would it, like, that is what is eye-catching about this, like, clearly a very attractive model, very, you know, like, very fake chain. So there is something triggering my brain that's like making it itchy.
Yeah. Initially, I was like, maybe there's not a UGC version of this that works for this crowd because they need. But I do think there's absolutely a UGC version of this clip of a broken, crappy chain. And then if you can go from that into boom, like high produced, then it's like, then there's that distinction. Like, this is now high rent.
And
this is a Lamborghini
too, like a real, you know, a crappy car that's like souped up, you know, like that's the kind of visual I would want in that hook too.
Yeah. 87, like lemon yellow Datsun.
Sure.
Datsun, and then we go to the Ferrari for sure. I mean, the crowd on this one is like the everyone's a CEO Instagram flex bio like squad.
I just don't like those people.
Definitely. Also, Barry will be wearing a gold chain on the next episode of Adtopsy. He has confirmed.
If you send me one of these, I'll put it on. Send me one.
That's gonna have ugly right there.
Oh, I should make a script ugly necklace.
Or the what's it called from the Spike Lee, like ugly ads.
Oh yeah.
Get
that tattoo.
So, wow, great episode. Another great episode full of all kinds of unique, interesting stuff. If you've not, so I'm asking the audience, not like if you like it, give it a like or a subscribe. If you're even still watching here, I'm assuming that you are absolutely in love with this channel. So please act on those impulses and like, subscribe, and drop a comment.
Notification bell.
Oh, yes, of course.
I have mine on.
Save it to watch later. And again.
Yeah.
And
Barry,
then Zoom bomb us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Had one of those. Yep. Always. It's funny. So we do have a button on our website where it's like you can join a Zoom bomb. You can Zoom bomb us, join a meeting. It happens. People join it, and usually they just like freeze because they're just they join a meeting with 6 people, and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Sometimes they will drone on about their brand for 40 minutes. That also happens. Like with them, interrupt a meeting with 6 people and then monopolize it for the next 40 minutes. That's also happened. But,
hey, you invited them in.
Yeah,
you know?
can't blame them. You can't blame them for that.
I can't blame them. I think they're taking the opportunity. I like it.
I'm gonna start.
Guys,
sending
I'm now
more
going to
people
put
there.
this on my calendar. Once a week, I will be Zoom bombing you. Not going to tell you when, but you will see me at some point every week for a while.
Monday mornings at 9 and Friday mornings at 9.
Yeah.
Anytime. We're always there.
The next couple inbound messages I get that I don't want to work with, I'm just going to say, "Oh, you should hop on the Zoom." I'm waiting for
Send them
you.
our Zoom link.
Yeah,
thank you.
They'll solve all your problems.
Barry,
Ask them anything you want.
Where can people find you on Twitter?
On
Or wherever
Twitter
else?
at Bing Hot, although I want to change it to at Barry Hot, but that's a separate thing. BarryHot.com. You can hire me to do an audit or something. I don't care.
Whatever.
You don't have to. I mean, you really don't. You really don't.
And makeuglyads.com if you want one of these sick hats. And maybe it was cold today, so I was like, oh, you know what? I need a hoodie. So there've been some requests for a hoodie, so I need to start doing some product development.
I want a hoodie.
Right. So, Barry, what I love about what you're doing there is similar to the Zoom bomb thing, where we call it kind of like legend building, where it's just something outside the norm that gets people talking.
Yeah.
And absolutely, you've done that with the hats and with the $3,500 price tag on it as well. So it's a
thanks, man.
it's a great example.
Get ready for the $10,000 hoodie. Buckle up.
Well,
my
Barry and I have been
my
working
accountant
on
is
you.
not my accountant is not happy about any of this.
Him and I are working on a straw hat that's just going to say "ugly" stitched in it, made in Italy. So that's the next one. Maybe has like an accent over the Y or something. So oubli.
But thank you, Jess. That's very kind. It's a fun thing. It's a fun IRL Easter egg now, I guess. Kind of. I don't know what it is.
Yep. Chase, you're also on Twitter. Where can people find you?
I am at I'm Chase Moseni on Twitter. I had a random one and someone gave me shit. They're like, I don't like tagging you and stuff. So I changed it from peer pressure. Yeah.
That seems about right. I think Jess did that too.
Yeah.
And Fireteam is at Hire Fireteam on Twitter. I'm on vacation all next week, so all the tweets will be AI generated.
I was hoping it would be Rachel.
Dude, we got him. We got AI.
It mostly is Rachel. It's just
He didn't
Jess
ask me. So
8 weeks ago, I was trying to get Jess into AI. Now everything is AI. Get ready. This show is just going to be AI people. Episode 10 is going to be AI people talking about ads.
that's Jess's personality. In 2 weeks, he's going to be off it.
Yeah.
We're in the like peak Bitcoin DAO phase of the hype.
We're in the hype cycle.
Can we get Jasper AI to like script an episode of this for us? Just like pre-script the whole thing.
We can.
Can we read it? We act it.
when you're on vacation.
That's true.
Yep. Okay, great episode. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for coming.